Welcome to the Truth TV Show.
Deal with some other big questions. One of the main questions we need to address is what existed before the creation of our universe. Since we believe that the universe was created, what existed before? There are a number of hypotheses which attempt to explain that. The first one is that only time existed. Only time existed. Well, the problem with that is time in itself never creates anything. In physics, we know that time is just a scalar quantity. The things which create things in physics are vector quantities. I mean, they have to be forces or energy. So time never creates anything. I mean, if you doubt it, you can do a simple experiment tomorrow. Okay, just don't do anything. Just be there and say time will tell. You know that kind of statement, time will tell. Who told you time will tell? Time never tells anything. And by the way, if you are seated here and you subscribe to that kind of fantasy, you're joking. Time will not tell anything. It is what you are doing, your actions and inactions are the ones which will tell, not time. Time never. Of course, given time, your actions and inactions will affect you. We can study that over time. It doesn't mean time is the cause of it. So time never creates anything. So that hypothesis is rejected. The other one is that, well, the universe actually existed and then it collapsed and reformed itself. Well, think about that. The problem with this is that it fails to account for the origin of that first universe which came into existence and then destroyed itself and gave birth to itself again. What a theory. You know, of course, this is not true. Then we also have the multiverse hypothesis. Some people think that we are probably in a universe which is part of certain parallel universes. Okay, so that's the multiverse hypothesis. Well, it makes sense and it can account for some things, but it certainly doesn't tell us where the universe came from or who created it or what created it. We also have the universe as an empty substance hypothesis, which says that, well, the universe started as an empty substance. Where did that empty substance come from? We don't know. It just started. Well, this has been rejected by a lot of aspects. Then some also say that the universe started as an ancient gaseous radiant universe. Where did the gas come from? Where did the radiance come from? Well, we don't know. Okay, so the theories are suffering. Then we also have the view, which is actually the belief of atheists, that nothing existed. Nothing. Now, if a common or favorite proponent of that view is Lawrence Krauss. Now, you need to read his book titled A Universe from Nothing. Why there is something rather than nothing. See, a paradox. A universe from nothing. Why there is something rather than nothing. Now, I read his book. I think he's done a good job, but Lawrence Krauss believes that the universe started at nothing, and his definition of nothing is not what you have in your mind. I'm sure that if I do a survey right now about what people understand by nothing, the layman or the average person thinks that nothing is nothing. I mean, what is nothing? Nothing is nothing. Nothing is nothing. You know, maybe I should do that survey. You that only God or the gods existed before the universe, and that the gods created the universe. That's what most other religious people believe. You know, whether they are Christians, Buddhists, you know, Hindus, Shintoists, etc. All right. So still on the existence of God or the gods, the main argument or the case against God, as far as God on trial is concerned, is that God doesn't exist because there is no evidence of him in the universe. That's the case. God doesn't exist because there is no evidence of him in the universe. The argument is that if God exists, in which part of our universe can he be found? Can someone give us evidence of the country in which God dwells so that we can visit him physically, so to speak? Okay, so once we can't possibly find God anywhere in our universe, then it means that, oh, he doesn't exist. No, I don't think that is a fair way to look at the thing, because cosmologists in the world admit today that when you travel to the edge of our universe, okay, something you can do, let's say in about 40 billion light years. That is to say, if you are traveling as fast as the speed of light, which is equal to 3.0 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second, you will get to the edge of the universe in 40 billion years time. If you are able to do that and you get to the edge of the universe, you will be frustrated. Why? Because all of a sudden you realize the vast expanse of space-time ahead of you, which per the calculations we've done, if you attempt to now continue from the edge of the universe into that space-time, something which looks like a vacuum, it will take you more light years to go there and come back than it will take you to have gone to the edge of the universe. So now the scientists are frustrated. Okay, now I think that it is not fair for scientists to conclude that God does not exist because there is no evidence of him in the universe. We haven't explored anything yet in the universe. All the knowledge that we have right now in physics represents just about 5%. You know, scientists have suddenly recognized that the universe is actually made up of I spoke about, I said we are not going to deal with that tonight, dark matter and dark energy. Okay, dark energy and dark matter are the most abundant things in the universe, constituting over 75% of what is in the universe, and we don't know anything about them. So I think it will be outrageous and completely arrogant for us to claim that, okay, God doesn't exist. Now this is my thought. Okay, what if God existed and he decided to pitch his country at the edge of the invisible, the last segment of that portion of space-time that I was describing, assuming it was possible for you to take, let's say, 100 or 120 billion light years to travel there, and then you found out that there's an invisible country there and God existed. The problem is you can't come back and tell us. The laws of thermodynamics has even already limited you in the sense that if we put you in the fastest space shuttle or rocket and then we give you all the energy, the problem is even if we use all the energy in our universe, it will not be enough for you. The universe, the energy will get consumed somewhere along the line and your rocket will fall back. You come back. It seems to me that whoever created the universe has trapped us. So even if you went there to find out that, oh, God exists, you can't come back to give you evidence. In fact, you can't even go there because your body will get disintegrated along the way. You will probably die somewhere and get lost on some galaxy or something. Nobody will know your remains. You just be there. You can't get to the edge of the invisible universe. So we got a problem. I think, therefore, it is not fair for us to conclude that God doesn't exist because he cannot be found anywhere. Because we haven't explored much of even the visible universe. Okay, so that's it. Now, other people ask the question, could God be dwelling on some distant galaxies? We know today that there are over 2 trillion galaxies. The closest star, okay, we have in our Milky Way, it will take you about 50,000 years to travel to it. Andromeda is the closest galaxy. It will take you about 100,000. When I say years, I mean light years. It will take you 100,000 light years for you to travel to Andromeda galaxy and come back. That's the closest galaxy. So you see that we have a problem when we want to find out whether God or a God exists somewhere. So people have asked the question, are we alone in the universe?